Have Protestants ever agreed on the Lord's Supper?
A real presence of God in some way that the early church devoted themselves to this.
I believe there's a true presence, and I hope that we shift back into a historical Protestant view. Martin Luther, who started the Protestant Reformation, actually believed in real presence.
Now that is true. Martin Luther absolutely defended the real presence, and I'll even quote here, you can get it straight from the Augsburg Confession. Article 10 on the Lord's Supper. Of the supper of the Lord, they teach that the body and blood of Christ is truly present and are distributed who eat of the supper of the Lord. And by the way, notice they reject those who teach otherwise.
John Calvin, who was the most renowned theologian of the Protestant Reformation, he believed in a true presence.
Okay, now I gotta stop you there. John Calvin softened things. He did not agree with Luther. And this, I would again challenge you, my brother. You want to go back to the historic Reformed position or the historic, right, Protestant position as if there is one historic Protestant position. But I would call your attention to the Westminster Confession of Faith, which is the confession of faith for the Calvinist position. It is to this very day. And you can read here again on the Lord's Supper, the body and blood of Christ, albeit in substance and nature, they still remain truly and only the bread and wine as they were before. In other words, they are not changed whatsoever. You are not partaking of the body and blood of Christ. The doctrine, they go on, the doctrine which maintains a change of the substance of bread and wine into the substance of Christ's body. In other words, from their perspective, they're talking about the historic Orthodox or Roman Catholic view and Luther's position. What do they say, Dillon? They say by consecration of priests, etc., is repugnant, not to Scripture alone, but even to common sense. They're saying even commonsensically that it's repugnant. And they even go so far as to say that it's a cause of manifold superstitions and gross idolatries. Dillon, you cannot gloss this stuff, okay? Because then we haven't even talked about Ulrich Zwingli, who comes in with the third major position to come out of the Reformation. And Zwingli disagreed with Calvin and he disagreed with Luther. He believed in it was completely symbolic. So my point is, Dillon, you're looking for the historic faith. You're looking for true Christianity. I see it, I hear it in your videos, and I'm urging you, and I'm trying to save you a lot of time. Even if you go to the Lutheran position, if you go to the Calvinist position, if you go to a Reformed Presbyterian, or you go Reformed Baptist, or you go some Zwinglian position, you're still in the same boat. Because why? Because there's disagreement and one denomination's not going to agree with the other. You see it right here in the Westminster Confession of Faith. They're calling the Lutheran position repugnant. The Roman Catholic position, the Orthodox position, repugnant. What did the Lutherans say in theirs? They say they reject anyone who teaches otherwise. They're drawing the lines of denominationalism. And this is right here in the beginning. It's right here at the inception of the Protestant Reformation. So I will leave you with this. Ask yourself why. Why did the church, even with the Great Schism with Rome, why did it always have one view of the Eucharist for 1,500 years across geographies, across church, you name it? They all believe in the real, true presence of Jesus Christ in the body and blood, in the bread and the wine. And it wasn't until the Protestant Reformation, and all of a sudden, nobody can agree with each other, Dillon. Why? What's different? It comes down to sola scriptura. They're all coming to their own interpretations. The Lutherans came out this way with their interpretation. The Calvinists came out this way with their interpretations. The Zwinglians came out with their interpretations. The Anabaptists, the Wesleyans, and so forth and so forth and so forth.
So it's not just a Catholic view, it's not just an Orthodox view, it's actually a historical Protestant view that there is some type of real presence in communion, and I think we should bring it back.
So Dillon, I hope that you can see from this video, there is no view to bring back. They lost it. God bless you, Godspeed, and please, for those of you listening right now, find an Orthodox church near you today. Get away from the madness.